In the middle of these ruins, this former hostage of the Beslan school massacre in Chechnya shows what's left of the school. 5 years ago, during a 3-day siege, armed Chechens held more than 1,000 people, most of them children. The terrorists demanded an end to the war in Chechnya. The Russian government refused negotiations. Hundreds died in the siege and in the Russian military assault. The attack features prominently in Paolo Serbandini's documentary 211 Anna. Serbandini offers it as a tragic example of an unyielding Russian government bent on continuing the war. Dmitry Muratov is editor-in-chief of the Russian newspaper Novaya Gazeta.
Категорически не хотела власть идти на то, чтобы начались переговоры. Это обычная манера. Это обычная манера. У нас общая доктрина, как я ее понимаю, заключается не в освобождении заложников, а в уничтожении террористов.
The film shows how the tragedy bolstered the resolve of journalist Anna Politkovskaya to criticize the Russian government for the ongoing war in Chechnya and for human rights abuses there. According to the documentary, she had been doing that since the late 90s. In archival footage, she says there was an attempt on her life in 2004. She describes how during a flight en route to Chechnya, she was served poisoned tea.
Мне его принесли, и я практически сразу потеряла сознание. Все. Очнулась уже в больнице.
Она позвонила мне на мобильный телефон и сказала: я умираю. Видимо, меня отравили.
Потому что я поступила в аэропортовский медпункт без давления, без пульса. Это врачи зафиксировали.
2 years after this interview in October 2006, Politkovskaya was shot dead. The perpetrators are still at large. Ella Soyan, Freedom House program manager on the Caucasus, says Russia today is one of the most dangerous places for journalists and human rights activists.
Just this year we saw absolutely 2 brazen murders in broad daylight in Moscow of Stanislav Markelov and Anastasia Baburova, who both worked on issues of human rights. So what we see is just with the rise of impunity towards reporters and journalists in Russia, there's no indication that this trend may be reversing.
The documentary shows that Russians have come apathetic and cynical about the oppression. Just 2 years after Politkovskaya's death, many do not appear concerned.
Politkovskaya, которую то ли убили. Ух, это давно было.
Мы знаем фамилию, знаем имя на слуху как журналистку, но конкретно чем занималась, мы не знаем.
Знаете, у нас в стране это уже менее интересно, чем у вас, наверное.
Да, но это было 211-й журналист, который был убит после...
Ну, а после этого, наверное, был 212-й убитый, 213-й. Какая разница?
The film paints a bleak picture of a country it says is steeped in blood, marred by corruption, and stifled by the absence of civil liberties. And although the viewer gets no relief, one is reminded that there are still people willing to risk their lives for the truth. Penelope Poulou, VOA News.